Hi friends, Krista here. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams. Today we are going to be doing a bit of a book haul. I possibly went a little bit too crazy on Pango over the last couple of weeks. I had money burning a hole in my pocket, or Pango bucks burning a hole in my pocket. So I just did some shopping. I got a lot of new books here to share with you. I think I remember in my last book haul saying that I needed to slow down, but I didn't. There are different reasons for them, and often I would try to find a shop where I could bundle and get a discount or bundle and get free shipping. So that's why I have as many as I do. But some of them, like these first two, are on my NetGalley as well, and often I'm more apt to pick them up if I already own the book. I'm a little more eager to read it. So the first one we have is Pam Jenoff's, one of her most recent one, maybe, codename Sapphire. A woman must rescue her cousin's family from a train bound for Auschwitz in this riveting tale of bravery and resistance during World War II. I still love World War II historical fiction, so that one is one that I'm eager to read. Then we have a Christian fiction by Robin Lee Hatcher, I'll Be Seeing You. This is another one that is on my anticipated reads. I actually don't know now that I said that it was on my NetGalley. I can't remember if it's on my NetGalley or not, but I know it was an anticipated read. So this is a Christian fiction, like I said, also World War II. We follow Brianna in here, who is interviewing her grandmother about World War II, or about her time during the war in Idaho, and also is kind of sharing with her this new exciting love that she has. And the grandma spends a lot of time kind of questioning the man's character, and the girl is a little miffed, like, what does grandma know about love at first sight? But then learns that grandma has a story to tell. So I think it's going to be a little bit of a romance, a little bit of family drama. I think the grandma and her sister fell for the same guy. I don't know, but I'm interested in that. I had been hearing a lot about this one, so I threw it in my cart when one of the shops had this as an option as well. This is The Wish by Nicholas Sparks. Honestly, I don't know anything about it. I used to read a little bit by him. I didn't go whole hog and read everything that he's written, but I used to love it. I think he's a good storyteller. He's probably going to make me cry. Most of the books I've read by him have made me cry. It's going to be a novel about the enduring legacy of first love and the decisions that haunt us forever. Takes place in 1996. A 16-year-old is sent away to live with an aunt that she barely knows in North Carolina. Then we follow her through even to 2019. So I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen, but why not give it a try? The Letter Tree by Rachel Fordham. I'm very eager to read Beyond Ivy Walls, I think is the one that I have on NetGalley. This is an older book by her. I think it's Keisha from A Book Like You that has read this and loved it. I've heard others talking about this author as well, so I'm very curious to see what I will think. This one is Buffalo, New York, which is kind of fun. I know Buffalo very well. 1924. There's a family feud. Think Romeo and Juliet. The Campbell heir and the Bradshaw heiress plan to write a future together. I believe it's going to have letters of theirs back and forth. I don't think it's epistolary, but I do think we're going to get, some snippets of letters in there. I love any book that has letter writing in it, so I was very intrigued by that. A nonfiction that I just kind of threw in is called Productivity Hacks. 500 plus easy ways to accomplish more at work that actually work. And this is just a collection of different kinds of just a little collection of hacks. Setting yourself up for success, staying productive at work, being productive when you work from home, productive business travel, having productive meetings. So I don't work in an office, but I do struggle sometimes when I want to stay focused and working at home. And I love productivity, and I thought maybe I would find one or two things in here that might be helpful. It'd be a fun one to just kind of keep around and glance through now and then. Another one that's on my anticipated reads list, and I'm not sure if it's on my NetGalley as well. This is The Slow March of Light by Heather Moore. This one follows an American soldier who works as a spy in Soviet-occupied East Germany. Meanwhile, a West German nurse helps her countrymen escape from behind the Berlin Wall, and their lives are going to intersect, and I think it's going to be a star-crossed love story in Cold War Germany. So, interested for sure in that one. I did pick up a historical fiction, Christian fiction by Jody Hedlund, The Runaway Bride, and I picked it because of the title, The Runaway Bride, because I used to love that movie back in the day. Haunted by mistakes in her past, will she ever happen to trust her heart to another? I don't know if she will. And then I realized when it came that this is book 2 in the series. So I need to find book 1 first before I ever get to that one. I picked up one that was on my want to read list for a really long time. It's The Arctic Fury by Greer McAllister. Look how wintry, snowy, wonderful that looks like. So we're following eccentric Lady Jane Franklin makes an outlandish offer to adventurer Virginia Reeve. Take a dozen women, trek to the Arctic, and find her husband, Lord Franklin, and his lost expedition. 4 parties have failed to find him, and Lady Franklin wants a radical new approach. Put the women in charge. Ha ha ha! I love it. So this group of women is going to go try to find one of their lost husbands. What? I forgot that that's what that's about. That sounds really interesting. An author that I have read before, Tia Cooper, is an Australian author. I read The Butterfly Collector by her and really enjoyed it. So this one is The Fossil Hunter. It takes place in Australia, 1880, and then also 1919. So both timelines are actual historical. And she has quite a few other books that I see here as well. Older backlist to dive into. So I'm excited to maybe find another historical fiction author that I really like. We'll see. I did enjoy The Butterfly Collector very much. One that's been on my want to read list for a while is Iona Iverson's Rules for Commuting. This is by Claire Pooley. I also have The Authenticity Project by her on my shelves. This one is about a group of people who commute every day to work and back, and they don't talk, as you don't, like when you're riding the subway or whatever, you don't usually talk to other people until something happens one day that gets a conversation started between this group of people who are always together. And they start to open up about their lives and learn a lot about each other. And it kind of maybe has a found family feel, very uplifting and heartwarming. I'm definitely interested in that one. The Marlowe Murder Club is another one that's been on my want to read list. This is by Robert Thorogood. This just sounds like a humorous almost, or a lighter mystery, which I love that kind of mystery. To solve an impossible murder, you need an impossible hero. Judith Potts is 77 years old and blissfully happy. Okay, older protagonist. Love that for me. She lives on her own in a faded mansion just outside Marlowe. There's no man in her life to tell her what to do or how much whiskey to drink. And to keep herself busy, she sets crosswords for the national newspapers. But then when she's out swimming in the Thames, Judith witnesses a brutal murder. The police don't believe her story, and so she decides to investigate for herself and is soon joined in her quest by Susie, a dog walker, and Bex, the prim and proper wife of the local victor, and together they are the Marlowe Murder Club. Ah, that sounds so good. We've got The Second Chance Bookstore. Nope, The Second Chance Store by Lauren Bravo. And this one is a love story about things. Clothes can get a second chance, why can't we? Brimming with life, love, and the stories bound up in even the most everyday items. The Second Chance Store is a tale of friendship lost and dusting yourself off and starting over. Feel good, uplifting, deals with loss. I've never heard of this one, but it sounds like something that I will love, hopefully. Then we have... this was a cover by from Pango, The Forgotten Bookshop in Paris by Daisy Wood. A war-torn city, a dangerous secret, a shocking betrayal. Definitely feels like a Krista book. Perfect for fans of Kate Quinn and Rachel Hoare. I've never read anything by Rachel Hoare, H-O-R-E. I don't know who that is, but I love Kate Quinn. 2 timelines, World War II and modern day, France, and a bookshop. I'm in. Feel like that connection of things, or that collection of buzzwords, might be slightly overdone, but if I spread them out and don't read them all in a row, I should be okay. The final book from Pango is A Lady's Guide to Etiquette and Murder by Diane Freeman. Exciting historical mystery debut set in Victorian England. A wealthy young widow encounters the pleasures and scandalous pitfalls of a London social season. There's a widow who enjoys a little bit more freedom than she had as even a married woman, has her young daughter in tow. She rents a home in Belgravia, prepares to welcome her sister coming from New York for her first London season. But then the police receive a letter that implicates her in her husband's death, and she claims to be innocent, but has to solve the murder in order to prove herself to be innocent, all while juggling a social season in London. I'm here. It sounds like it'll be quite funny. I do have a book that was sent to me by the publisher and the author. This is Errands and Espionage, and it's a spy rom-com. I'm so here for that. It says it's for fans of Elle Cosimano, who wrote Finlay Donovan, Jessie Q. Sutanto, who wrote Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers, both which I have enjoyed their books before. So recently divorced Gabby Green spends most of her days listening to self-help books and dealing with her loving but crazy kids. Doesn't say crazy. During a decade of marriage, she shoved aside her own career and ambitions to make room for mountains of laundry, running errands, investigating the case of the missing socks. But all that changes when a secret government agency comes knocking on her door asking her to go undercover. At first, she thinks some reality show is pranking her, but apparently she bears a striking resemblance to an agent recently murdered. Desperate missions call for desperate measures. Soon she's juggling motherhood and a crash course in Spying 101, led by the handsome James Bond type who has secrets of his own. Spy rom-com. Love it. And that is Errands and Espionage by Sam Chida. I don't know how to say that last name. My friend Judy had pre-ordered a book for me on my birthday and it came, and that is Worst Case Scenario by TJ Newman. I'm immediately adding this to my TBR. I absolutely loved Falling and Drowning by this author and cannot wait for this one. This one takes place in the Midwest and a plane crashes, I believe, into a nuclear power plant. Becomes ground zero for a catastrophic national crisis with global implications. I think TJ Newman knows how to tell a very compelling tale. All of them deal with plane crashes or plane situations. So not for the faint of heart. If that's something that brings anxiety already to you, then maybe avoid these books. But I love them and I'm so interested in that. Oh, can't wait. And then at my virtual reading retreat that I host with my BookTube besties, one of the things we have done for the last couple of retreats is have a little wish list train. And so I received this book from somebody that came to the retreat, and this is When the Moon is Low by Nadia Hashimi. I absolutely loved Sparks Like Stars by this author and want to read more. It's going to be set in Afghanistan. We're going to follow Mahmoud and his wife Fariba, who's a school teacher. Their happy middle-class world implodes when their country is engulfed in war and the Taliban rises to power. Mahmoud becomes a target of the new fundamentalist regime and is murdered. Fariba is forced to flee Kabul with her 3 children. She's trying to get to her sister's house in England, and that's their only hope to survive. Yikes. So it's just about this woman and her children trying to escape from the Taliban in Afghanistan after the brutal murder of her husband. Holy moly. I know if it's anything like Sparks Like Stars, the writing is going to be beautiful and it's also going to be intense and such a good story. And I love reading about the Middle East. Thank you so much, Ginny, for sending me this book off of my wish list. I love it. Very excited. I have just a few more books. I did get a book of the month box this month for September. I got a box in July because it was my birthday month and you get a free book. So of course I did. But I've been skipping off and on. And so I was kind of eager to get a box this month. And so I did pick the main selection of The Love Elixir of Augusta Stern by Linda Cohen Loigman. I have read 2 other books by this author and really enjoyed them. It's going to be historical with a bit of fantasy in it, maybe. We follow an elderly protagonist in here who's kind of reflecting back on her life in 1920s in Brooklyn when she goes to pharmacy school. And I think it's going to deal with her first love, or maybe the man she married, or maybe that's the same person. I don't know. Going to be a bit about her romance and her love story. And then it also like her as an elderly woman coming face to face with those decisions and choices that she made in her past and how that has affected her life and the questions that she has about it and all that. So I just think that sounds really lovely. Again, I love an older protagonist, so I'm glad that I picked that one. And then I have 2 more. I did add on The Life Impossible by Matt Haig. I couldn't spit that out right. This is an author I really need to try because now I own 3 or 4 books by this author and still haven't read any. What? Not acceptable. The last part of the summary says, filled with wonder and wild adventure, this is a story of hope and the life-changing power of a new beginning. I mean, I love that. That sounds wonderful. And then I couldn't resist picking up The God of the Woods by Liz Moore because everyone's talking about it. It is set at a summer camp, so I probably won't actually read this now until next summer. But this is going to be a thriller, historical, not historical, kind of, 1975. A teenager vanishes from her Adirondack summer camp and 2 worlds are going to collide. First of all, I love the Adirondacks. They're mountains that are in New York, which I have been to many times as a child. I didn't go to camp in the Adirondacks, but I know I could picture them. And I love going to summer camp. And I was born in 76, so not quite yet born when this book takes place, but I love books that are set at summer camp, and I've been hearing good things about this, so we'll see. Probably not till next summer, but we'll see. And then finally, I ordered a few books from Faith Gateway, which is a Christian company who sells like Bible studies and fiction books as well. And so I picked up the Bible study of Now and Not Yet by Ruth Chow Simons because I'm going to start this on the 9th, which right now when I'm filming is tomorrow. It's probably much later than that now. I don't know when this video is actually going to go up, but I'm starting this Bible study on September 9th and I'm really eager for it. So I got the actual book as well as the journal, the workbook for it. It's a 6-week Bible study. Because I signed up for it, I get the videos from the author and we'll be put in a group and all of that. It's all online. So I'm really excited to participate in this. I love the tagline at the bottom says, pressing in when you're waiting, wanting, and restless for more. And I do feel like that fits my attitude sometimes. Wanting, what did it say? Waiting, wanting, and restless for more. I can understand what that feels like. I'm just really looking forward to this. And then I got 2 books by Lisa TerKeurst. One of them is kind of a health-focused one. I'll start again Monday. Break the Cycle of Unhealthy Eating Habits with Lasting Spiritual Satisfaction. So this is just a little tiny little book. And I just am always looking for motivation and inspiration on a health journey. And I feel like this would be a good little book to just kind of read through and hopefully get some inspiration from it and be motivated to make better choices. So I'll start again Monday. And then also I got another Bible study by Lisa TerKeurst, 40 Days Through the Bible, The Answers to Your Deepest Longings. And this is exactly what it says. It starts near the beginning. It starts with creation and then kind of goes all the way through the Bible. The Kings, Solomon, waiting, and then the life of Jesus a bit, and all the way through to the second coming, the return of Christ. The return of Christ. So in here, there are Bible study questions, readings to do. There are these timeline pages that kind of walk through the Bible. And I have a pretty decent Bible knowledge, but I love things that help me to see the Bible as one complete book instead of 66 separate books. So I think this is going to be great because we'll see the story of redemption and God's purpose and plan all the way through and how it all connects and not as separate books of the Bible. So I'm looking forward to this one as well. 40 Days Through the Bible. And that brings me to the end of my book haul. Quite a few new books to add to my shelves now and get to reading. Again, as always, I would love to hear if any of these have sparked your interest or if any are ones that you've read already and really loved, or ones that you have read and are like, Krista, maybe skip that one. Let me know that as well. Some are kind of random picks, adding those things to the Pango box, but some of them are ones that I have had on different lists here and there, and I'm eager to add to my shelves. Thank you so much for watching and spending time with me today. I can't wait to chat with you in the comments, and I look forward to talking with you in another video very soon. Bye.